Was that it? Thank you. Yeah, it was sold out. Good morning. I'm actually in my old room. It's very empty right now, but a few of my books have been reading, so I've got my sister's books in here now. I thought I would start off this vlog and do a reading vlog on Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers to end the year. It just seems really fitting. I have been loving Tam's videos. I thought, you know what, I'll just buy the book. Just buy the damn book. I've just read the introduction. So far she has just said how she's been through some relationships where the guys kind of put themselves first, like didn't really love her, were a little bit narcissistic, and then the last sentence of the introduction is, I started this journey as a hopeless romantic, seeing my singlehood as punishment, as I constantly awaited the love that would save me. I finally provided myself with everything I was looking for, and I believe that you can too. Get to the point of your journey where you realize that you are the love of your own life. I love this concept. I feel like it's very much giving Dolly Alderton Everything I Know About Love. If you love that book, but I'm already up to the introduction, so yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I haven't read many non-fiction books this year. I think I've only read one, so that was a little bit confronting when I looked at my Goodreads. It's just like the perfect fit to end the year and go into the new year with this kind of mindset. Chapter 1 is Everything You've Been Taught About Self-Love is Incorrect. What does loving yourself really mean? I think there's always time for a bit of self-improvement, and so I am excited to read this book. Hi guys, it is officially the new year. Happy New Year. And I thought it would be fun to wrap up this video with a little top 10 anticipated reads for the year. I also did just go to the bookshop. It was so much fun just seeing what they had and just seeing all the new books. I went to Scorpio Books, which is an independent bookshop, and I kindly got given a gift voucher for the bookshop for one of my Christmas presents. And then I'd accumulated literally all my stamps over the whole year of last year, and I'd always forget to bring in my cards, and it just happened to be 10 stamps on there. So I did buy a book with the voucher and the stamps, and it is by Mary E. Pearson, the same author who wrote Dance of Thieves. I'm really excited for this one. It is her new adult romance book and a bit of fantasy. It sounds so good. I was reading the back. It says here on the back, never make a deal with Faye. After losing both their parents, Bristol Keats and her sister struggle to stay afloat in their small, quiet town of Bowskep. When Bristol begins to receive letters from an aunt she's never heard of, who promises to help, she discovers that everything she thought she knew about her family is a lie. Her father might even still be alive, kidnapped by terrifying creatures from another realm. Desperate to save her father, Bristol journeys to a land of gods, fae and monsters. There she makes a deadly bargain with the fae leader, Tigan. But what she doesn't know is that he's the one who drove her parents to live a life on the run, and he is just as determined as she is to find her father, dead or alive. Praised by Stephanie Garber, the new queen of fairies. And an Adeline Grace, the start of a highly addictive fantastical new series. I'm in the mood for a fantasy series, so I'm excited to see where this one takes us. Alrighty, so we have got The Courting of Bristol Keats, #1. There's no particular order of these, they're just on my list of anticipated reads for the year. And then 1,000 Splendid Suns. And then next, I've just got my journal. Next on the list there is, oh yeah, Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, and it is the second prequel of the Hunger Games trilogy, and it is set 24 years before Katniss's first games, and it takes place during the 50th games anniversary, and a set of surprises happen that sets the scene for later games. So that sounds just so gripping. And then the next book on the list is a mystery, so I've got The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and I just have not read this book yet. It's gone viral, my friend recommended it, and I am excited to read it and get on the bandwagon for those. My flatmate's back again. Okay, we're back. The next book is, oh, it is in the Fourth Wing series. It is Angstorm by Rebecca Yarros, and I am so excited for this book. I read the last one last year while I was on, no, 2 years ago, in November on holiday. I've just been anticipating this book so much. I love this series, and it's one of those books where you're just like, sure, everybody has read it, but it's set at a school, there's politics, there's love interests, it's a fantasy, there are dragons, and they get bonded to their dragons, and so much more. It's just so good. Then the next book on the anticipated reads is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, and of course there has to be a romance book on this list. I'm really excited for it. Last year I read Happy Pace and adored that book, and also Funny Story, and just honestly couldn't get enough of her characters. Like, they just have so much they are so realistic in ways, and they have so much depth, and it's not just the romance, but it's the friendships, and it's everything, and the way that she writes and sets the scene, and then all the character development. I just love it. Next series that I actually do really want to start, and I'm late to the bandwagon again, is the Abby Jimenez series. It has a new book coming out. There's this one, then there's two more, one that just came out, and then another one coming out. That was very vague, but I'm going to put pictures here, and they are just the cutest covers. This one is sweet and achingly romantic, a truly wonderful love story. It says on the back, after a wild bet, Alexis Montgomery has had her world turned upside down the Kaur's Daniel Grant, a ridiculously hot carpenter who's 10 years younger than her and as casual as they come. The complete opposite of sophisticated city girl Alexis, and yet their chemistry is undeniable. While her ultra wealthy parents want her to carry on the family legacy of world-renowned surgeons, Alexis doesn't need glory or fame. She's fine with being a mere ER doctor. And even, that's like a mere ER doctor. Every minute she spends with Daniel in the tight-knit town where he lives, she's discovering what's really important, yet letting their relationship become anything more than a short-term fling would mean turning her back on her family and giving up the opportunity to help thousands of people. Bringing Daniel into her world is impossible, and yet she can't just give up the joy she found with him either. With so many differences between them, how can Alexis possibly choose between her world and his? Oh, that sounds so good. Okay, so excited for that one. I have got another, I believe it's a romantasy, it's Heartless Hunter. It looks like another romantasy. I've just seen really good reviews online of it and I am enjoying a bit of romantasy this year. And then number 10 on the, I'm not sure where we're up to actually, I'm gonna say 9 or 10, is Alice Feeney's new read called Beautiful Ugly. I love anything that she writes. It's just so fast-paced and mystery, usually like set in like a moody scene somewhere, and the plot twist always just to get me, and I just love it. Then the next book is another romance. It is Wild Side by Elsie Silver, and that is the third one in the Rose Hill series, and it's just a classic cowboy ranch romance, and they have been really fun to read. I have loved reading the cowboy romances last year, so I'm gonna keep up that because really enjoyed. The last one on the list is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen, and I just saw this on Goodreads and it looked really interesting, but I didn't write down what it actually is about, so that will be another one going into blind. Got mystery, detectives, romance, romantasy. So that is the 10 books, 10 to 11, maybe 12 books that I've got on my anticipated reads this year. Because of this book here, I finished it on the last day of December. I want to go into the year with this kind of mindset, like making time for reading, making time for yourself to read, having slow mornings. I really recommend this book if you are wanting a little bit of self-development, on self-love. At the end of every chapter, there's such good practical tips on how to carry out what the chapter she's written about. Like, oh, this is so nice, I like this chapter. So this chapter was, what's it called? Oh yeah, falling off the self-love wagon, and then she's got homework at the back of it, and the first bullet point is create your own narrative of beauty, redefine one of your insecurities and make it into an affirmation. You'll repeat every morning for the next week. I feel great in my skin, or my features represent generations of beauty and they fit my face and my history perfectly. And it's just so nice. And like, what else has she got? Shift your consumption, read magazines that reflect you, watch films that embrace your culture, create Pinterest boards that qualities you struggle to accept. Number 3 is schedule time this week to take back control of your routine, even if it's getting time to get ready in the morning before work, which helps me feel my best, that kind of stuff. It's been a good inspiration and a good push just to spend time for myself every day. I'm loving that. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend this book. With that in mind, one of my reading goals for this year is to try to read at least one non-fiction every 2 months. At the moment, I've got Mel Robbins going on my Audible. It's called Let Them, and that kind of seems like a fun one to listen to because she reads it as well. My reading goal is probably going to be around 40 to 50 books again. 40 seems nice because it means I can incorporate it into my daily morning routine, but also not like try pressure myself into reading, and I think that's a really nice balance for my schedule and routine and whatnot. I am so excited for this year in books. There's so many good books coming out. I'm really keen to know what you guys are going to read this year. What book have you started off the year reading? And I'm so happy to have you guys here. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and like this video, and I will see you in the next one.